His prayers will heal all setting spirits free.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night.
The epic battle of warriors
ready to fight.
The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night.
The epic battle of warriors
ready to fight.
The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight.
The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night.
The epic battle of warriors
ready to fight.
The dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty hammer swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free.
Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to
fought in legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thorin the dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battle's endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought in legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thorin the dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battle's endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought in legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime, her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thorin the dwarf flowed with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battle's endless tide where valiant fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. In the echo of history, they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought in legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true, through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land, heroes stand tall. curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valley and fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land he'll stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorcerer stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf flow with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valley and fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorcerer stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf flow with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valley and fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran his faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorcerer stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf flow with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer, his universe. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battles endless tide where valley and fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran is faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land he'll stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Well, that just happened in the realm of lore. Battles fought and legends born, stories they implore. Valenia, the ranger with her aim fierce and true. Through forests dark and new, she just what to do. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. The sorceress stands with magic so sublime. Her heart fierce and forthright, bending space and time. A mark of death sits upon her tired soul, haunted by shadows that she cannot control. Across the shining land heroes stand tall. In the echo of history they never shall fall. Glorious tales of courage whisper through the night. The epic battle of warriors ready to fight. Thor in the dwarf lord with rage like a curse on the gentle king of Hammer his verse. Mighty Hamlet swings with justice on his side. In battle's endless tide where valley and fear collide. Hope with their wings soars high above the gray. Dedication to the patron night and day. And Daran is faith strong and pure like the sea. His prayers will heal all setting spirits free. Across the shining land he'll stand tall. In the echo of
And good evening, everybody. Yes, sorry, Tim.
So that's why Kate's not allowed to buy curries for any authors anymore.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Perfect sense.
Yeah. Oh well, at least she's got photographic evidence, eh? Anyway, welcome back everyone to the Daemonwastes, and we had just finished. You all sort of sat in the bar and been confronted with a stone toenail. I think that was sort of the ending point. You basically had a week of just generally sort of having downtime and recovering from your various adventures, and you're still in the bar and not really making any not really having anything dramatic happen at this moment in time. Apart from the toenail, which Gorik is now looking suitably sort of abashed about, with that very much a dash of enthusiasm, and then the brain catching up with a maybe not, and sort of putting the foot back under the table and back into the boot, and just going, anyway, I'll go see a doctor, and remind you of who else is around. Let's see, Alamash isn't out on the floor at the moment. You've got Clara at the bar. You have most of the usual reprobates of various descriptions scattered around. You have an elf currently playing on the stage, violin, and they've got a holder attached to their fiddle, through which they are casting minor illusions that are taking the form of sort of illustrative notes that they're playing and things like that. So little illusion, little kind of light show as they're playing quietly in the corner.
I'm probably got my lute out, and I'm just gently, I mean, not loudly, just for my own pleasure, strumming along an accompaniment.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Gently humming. I don't think it's not like it's on purpose to show them up or anything. It's just music,
showing willing and all that. That is fair. One Eye is
passed out drunk somewhere.
Probably just quietly sitting there quietly, and Goink is got their notepad out and is sort of writing lyrics of some description, something about stone and cold and
as long as not singing.
Yeah, something along those sorts of lines.
I was trying to be quiet.
Then you hear a commotion at the front door, and it is kicked open by not so much kicked open, it's already open, but sort of the door slams open, and these two guys come on in. You've seen them before. Then they're the Bray brothers, is what they're known as, Brey, and the one who came in first with the white hat is called Ortas, and the one who comes in behind the brown hat is called Tyrin. And Ortas yells out, "Esson, I'm calling you out!" And there's sort of this half-orc over here who's sort of sitting in the next booth, sort of looks up and sighs. Ortas sort of carries on, sort of, "You ambushed us out in the fields, calling you out. I demand a duel." The guy sort of sat there going, for fuck's sake. No, out now. And sort of you can see the Minotaur looming behind them, sort of preparing to move if things get out of it. Carl was already shouting out, "Take it outside!" And everyone else has sort of got that mild interest of, "Oh, that's interesting." Just sort of all very still. You see various hands sort of lowering towards wands or weapons, or just very ostentatiously having their hands on tables just while they're watching this play out. Essen stands up. He's a actually quite clean shaven, well presented guy. He's hard wearing clothes. Got the dust of the road like most of us. And he calls back, Go crawl back in the in the gutter. I took those fair and square." Nope, absolutely not. Said, "No, I'll say this thing. You left us water. You didn't take the mounts. So we're not doing this to the death. Just first blood. Come on, this is the price for it." Yes, and sort of do that sort of, "Son, you this has to be the worst dual call out I've ever heard in my life. Are you sure you want to do this?" Tyrion and Ortus doing that sort of slightly shove and sort of push each other, sort of almost like they've hyped themselves up for this, and sort of Ortus going,
It's
"Yeah,
a school bully thing, isn't it?
it absolutely is." And sort of at this point, our comes out, just handles sort of like, "Boys, outside. Ortus, come on, keep it quiet, get it done." And
This is basically a challenge for fisticuffs, basically.
just sort
Sounds
of
more
goes
like a
out.
slap
The person
to
who is
me.
with them sort of comes with, and there's sort of starting to be a general movement out towards the doors to at least watch out the windows.
Jeek's gonna just stand up from Jeek's at the table with them, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeek's gonna stand up and go, "This should be fun."
Yeah, I think we're gonna go head at the window.
Never say no to free entertainment.
Grazka's just gonna just look over and just sigh. And she's just gonna.
Jeek's gonna come down to about. Come on. Let me move roll 20. Jeek's gonna come down to about here.
Yeah.
Slam the head of his great axe into the sand, and then lean against it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Walker sort of comes over and says, "Yeah, you're probably safe there. Just don't interfere. You're new in town."
Jeek's sort of there with like a little nail file, just sort of filing down his nails, going, "You don't have to worry about me. I'm stronger than I look."
These guys sort of stand off, and the two kind of square off, cross the path with the dust. They haven't drawn weapons. Instead, you notice that each of them has got a wand in a hanger by their belt. I mean, definitely be thinking here now. Duelists, pistols at dawn type thing. They stand there facing off. Yes,
And Jeek's right in the firing line.
Yeah.
I just imagine Cheek just like, what?
Yes, and sort of standing there looking quite relaxed. Gestures magnanimously towards Ortus. Ortus sort of does that sort of squaring it. We're out on the road. You jumped us, took our stuff, left us in the dirt. Doubt you've still got that, but there's no way I can let it lie. You should have fought harder. So, first blood, yeah? Okay. Or sort of just does another look round to make certain no one's actually in the way. He says, well, seen you guys go at this before. You know the drill. Get on with it. And they sort of stand there, facing each other, sort of the classic gunslinger stance, legs slightly aside, the jackets thrown back, hands hovering near the wands, and they lock eyes. Now, those of you who are magical, I'm going to give you some options here.
And now Morgan's dying laughing.
Yeah, he's gone. I knew this would set him off.
Yeah, it was that.
If someone wants to know what the mechanics of this socially, then you can do a history check. Those of you who are magic who are trying to get a feel for what's going on a magical thing, you can do an arcana check, or you can just watch and see what happens.
There's my history check.
Throw an arcana.
Yeah, I'll do an arcana as well.
Yeah.
I would do an arcana, but G
Doesn't.
doesn't.
Okay, so with your history, you're aware that this is a practice that started in Elmdare, but has kind of spread rapidly through Breland, and especially out here on the frontier where so many people are magically active. It's come from a background of anyone who's a magical initiate of some description, i.e. able to cast at least a cantrip, is able to use a wand as a focus. And these semi-formalized encounters have basically a number of ritual steps. One is the challenge, where they accept the type of of fight it's going to be, whether it's going to be a just quickest to the draw, whether it's going for a wound, or if it's to the death. And you know that it is one of those socially enforced contracts that there's nothing to stop you from saying to first blood but doing a killing blow, but your reputation ain't going to be particularly rosy if you're doing that on a regular basis, and people will call you out for it.
So will the reputation be gin instead?
It quite possibly could be, possibly even orange. The main reason out here that it's picked up in popularity, as we've already talked about previously, is out here on the frontier where there are no watch, there is very little in the way of a legal law system. This is very much part of that justice being what you can get for yourself. And so here is a socially tolerated way of doing it. You're basically, as long as you're not getting anyone else involved, it's self-limiting, and allows people to air and resolve grievances to some degree in public. And it's sort of, so it's kind of like the equivalent of, it's the frontier version of instead of being arrested, no, you go and sort it out. Go sort it out yourselves.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
In small
And it's
claims,
very much against the thing of you do not interfere in a duel. Sorry, Chris, you were just saying?
small claims court.
Yeah, but can you imagine going up to the sheriff here and trying to bring that? Then you could get such a long suffering look from the Warforged.
I just laugh.
Those of you with Arcana can tell a little bit more about the weaves of magic that are taking place as they're currently on this kind of stare off, and there's lots of the kind of the micro reading of the expressions of their stances changing and sort of hands near and drifting near, sort of, and what's going on. You can sense the energies that are being focused. And in terms of the structure of a magical duel, probably have heard some of this as well, is that having declared the approach, fine, wonderful, there were basically effectively 3 contested rounds taking place between them on the kind of the mental level of trying to work out what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, the type of magic it's going to be done. And these are some contested roles that take place to give either bonuses on dice that are going to be rolled or give penalties to the opponent. This is kind of some of the mechanics in the background. Should you ever be involved in one, we'll go into actual detail of. At the moment, this is just you observing it. And then once those 3 stages of kind of readying have taken place, effectively there's an initiative roll, and modified by the dice of penalties and whatever, is whoever gets the spell off first. So you're watching that, and you can sort of feel that kind of slight ozone of sort of the magical energies sort of starting to gather. And something you pick up with that Arcana check is that while most people can and do go with cantrips, because most of them, even if they're mage rights, are able to sort of do that fueling, there is possible to get an advantage by spending a higher level spell slot. It gives you sort of an advantage on the power and the speed of the spell. And so, as seemingly with no prompt, but pretty much simultaneously, you feel the energy from Ortas start to lash out at sort of that kind of cantrip level. Essen's burst of energy is a little bit stronger and sends Ortas basically flying back a good 5 foot against the rock with this enormous great scorch mark smack in the middle of his chest. And he's sort of lying there, sort of twitching, and his brother goes over and sort of pats out the small flames that are sort of now on his clothes. But his hand says, "No, he's alive." And then there's that sort of general sort of, okay, fine. And somewhere there's sort of a clink of coins passing between people, sort of as they've made little side bets. And then everyone just sort of starts going back towards the bar, and Tywin sort of helps his brother back up to his feet, and rather than going near the bar, they sort of head back towards the sort of rest of the town square and decide to sort of go recover somewhere else. And that seems to be the drama done.
I didn't realise we could bet on it.
Yeah.
If I'd known we could bet on it, I would have tried.
There you go. Yeah, you see sort of one eye sort of picking up a few coin from someone who's sort of made a quiet side bet, so he's done a right out of it. Goink has barely even noticed. Goink sort of kind of looks up and goes, oh, back into back into scribbling in their scroll.
At the sound of like excitement, Mr. Grumbles has sort of come out. Sort of like he's just sat on the step about here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like he just sort of just starts like just paying a lot of attention.
Did he puffball when the magic went off?
I don't think Mr. Grumbles is part pufferfish, but I'll check.
No, it's more like the hair, all the fur on end. It's like
Suddenly massive sort of
Mhm.
massive static effect. Yeah. Yes, as everyone's re-entering the bar, sort of the entertainer on the stage sort of goes into a more jaunty tune to sort of rather than sort of re-engage people, and sort of the people start sort of get to the bar, and sort of orders are being delivered out, and Clara comes out from the kitchen with sort of a plate of food, sort of starts sort of distributing that and taking things on, and August returns back to. So Arug father returns back to the thing. You also spot, while that's going on, a harpy fly out of the sky and land next to him, fiercely scowling, hands him a parcel. He signs the docket, and then sort of a flutter of wings, off she flies again.
Wait, did the harpy come into the bar?
No, just onto the porch.
So Jeek's walking in just as the harpy lands, and Jeek like does a bit of a startled yelp.
Hmm.
And he sort of goes,
Actually, no, she's sort of, she hasn't flown straight off yet because she's just completed the, So yeah, she is there.
okay, Jeek sort of does like a yelp and sort of like runs into the bar and goes, there was a thingy, a girly thingy with wings. What is that?
Is this something that...
Did you say that too?
Is
Just the table.
Is that something Grazka would know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grazka's just going to go... Harpy?
What's a harpy?
A big lady thing with wings.
Similar to the lady on the train.
No, very different. So the lady on the train was made of stone. A gargoyle.
She startled me. She just sort of came out of nowhere, just dropped the package off and then went, and never seen one of those before.
Do I know what she does? Do I know that she's what she does as a job, or rough idea?
Yeah, you recognise. And actually, Jeek, it is the same one who dropped the parcel to you earlier in the week.
Oh, okay.
Vorash is her name. She's
Vorash.
one of the. Yeah, she's one of the local
Mailman.
harpy scouts and professional couriers. She and her airy are sort of out somewhere in the wilds. No one's entirely quite sure, but this one in particular is known for taking on deliveries on behalf of House Orion or anyone else who can afford the bills. Not so much in a DHL absolutely positively has to be in there next day, but in a absolutely positively will kill anyone who tries to stop her from delivering things. Yeah, she's a fierce fighter. She's got a reputation as taking very little nonsense from anyone. And yeah, from what you know, Grazku, of harpies, a big part of that is that they are very fiercely focused.
Mm-hmm.
They are creatures of passion because they have to. Basically, I mean that passion fuels the power of their voice.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't believe in their in themselves or in their course, then they wouldn't have the strength of will and passion to fuel the magics, and that sort of seems to sort of be part of the everyday existence of pretty much any harpy you've encountered. They are very intense and very focused, and usually are worshippers of the Fury. In terms of that sort of that power of the passion and of that kind of almost that single-minded drive and the tendency to they will do anything in the cause of that in whatever that cause is that they are affirmed to. So yeah, scary, but also the local post lady. So mixed emotions, I'd imagine, for some people.
Very different to worshipping the furry.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There are goblin children who sort of do that sort of like Doctor Who style peer from behind the couch when she's around, because technically, yes, they are small enough that she could snatch them up in her claws and fly off and eat them somewhere. And yeah, that's probably the sort of story that parents tell the goblin children. Yeah. You don't behave, we'll get Vorash to come and take you away.
Deliver you to someone else.
Yes.
But so Vorash is known, and so no one who's from the area was especially alarmed. It's just like, oh, the post is here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we've got a delivery for all. I wonder who's sending in letters. Yeah, it's not even that thing. yeah, it's one of those. You're getting a delivery from a harpy. Wonderful. Probably best not to ask what it is. You might not like the answer. But yeah, but I mean, have you, Zeke? You haven't told people about what you had delivery, have you? Or are you going to?
Duke kind of like shuffles through his like look through his bag and brings out his journal and then sort of goes, "I got a pen."
I just go,
Yeah.
what's wrong with just charcoal?
Well, one of my uncles works with big birds, and
Sorry, Sesame Street images.
That's what, yeah.
Raising.
Is your uncle Mr. Photophilus? Photophilus. There you go.
Yep.
That's the one. Yeah.
so my uncle works with big birds and bats. His name is Bruce.
G'day, Bruce.
G'day,
Yeah.
Bruce.
One of his birds dropped a feather, and so he made it into a quill for me.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Graska's just like, huh, posh.
I can write him a letter.
Is it were you expecting this?
Oh, sometimes Uncle Bruce is very busy. He helps fuck.
Disenfranchised?
No,
Disadvantaged.
Disemboweled.
Disemboweled.
Dishwashered?
He
Franchised.
helps.
Discombobulated.
Disingenuous.
Something foul. He helps disadvantaged children, and because obviously he works with very big bats, they call him the man of the bats.
Fuck's sake.
And he calls his children robins after, because they're very useful.
There we go. New law.
But yeah, every now and again, my uncle will just find something that he knows I'll like, and yeah.
Is it magic in any way, or just?
I don't actually know, because magic to me just doesn't really. I'm not sensitive to it.
Can I have a look at it?
Jigsaw goes, yeah, just hands it over.
Yeah, nice quill. Nice. Yeah, yeah. It's a quill. It's not magical in any way.
No. I was just curious, and I give it a sort of look, and it's like, well, that is a lovely quill pen. Don't think there's anything magical about it, which is probably just as well. But here you go. Write beautiful letters and draw beautiful drawings.
Well, as part of my path of my path, I'm keeping a little journal. So anything that happens that I think that people need to know about, I write. Because part of the path that I'm on, they write journals to leave them to the next generation, and so I will leave my journal to the next generation, and it helps.
That's lovely.
So, afternoon, evening carries on. Sure we get into it, and I suppose the really sort of time the sort of conversation starts to turn towards what your plans are next, in terms of working out what to do with this whole situation, with the missing weapons, these kind of the legends that you've picked up.
The pit of ancient of ultimate evil.
Absolutely. And kind of the ideas you've had so far for where next steps might be. You found out that obviously there was a dagger associated with the kobolds. That was the one that was stolen. And you've had the tribe identified that match the red scaled kobolds that were involved in doing the fight, who have a reputation for raising giant bats, and they're sort of in the valley in the foothills, about a day and a half travel south of Red Rock.
The Komar's Dal.
That's the one. So that's an option. What else have you got in your journals as potentials?
Well, not so much places to go necessarily, but just some more lore that I got from
Tashka.
Kashka, yep. We should beware of buildings made of dark blackened glass with a glow. That's demon glass. And and there are facets of splintered demons. So I think whatever we decide to do, I'm still very concerned about stone toenails, but also the cult in general of the stone talkers. And they become like stone. So it's really, really something that we should be keeping our eyes out for wherever we do decide to go. And of course, we've got the mystery of the missing weapons and knives from that altar or whatever.
G Claw motions to the great axe.
Yeah.
And goes, we also should really find the people that this actually belongs to. Because the dagger was obviously taken from a tribe by the dude.
Oh, the soldier.
Yeah. So maybe this was taken from somewhere and taken to the altar.
Spy. Find his name. Edmund Vance, who was Percival. As far as it's Percival who had the dagger, was killed. Edmund Vance was the.
Because we have gargoyles, missing weapon, but we've also seen the dagger, and I've got the great axe. So
I've seen this. I've seen the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Tashka.
No, you weren't. No.
Where have you seen the sword?
When I went and had that chat with what, and why does my brain always block this
Tashka.
name?
Tashka.
Tashka. She'd found the sword and she's got it for safekeeping. She does have it under lock and key. But in our conversation, she showed it to me. By the way, she's got a pet cockatrice, just saying. And so we do know where the sword is.
So we know where the sword is. We
Yeah.
definitely know where the great axe is.
Yeah.
The dagger, we do not know where it is. We also don't. So we know 2 of the 5.
You also had another clue in as much as the one of the statues was a hobgoblin. Sorry, an orc rather. No, was it orc? No, but yeah, sorry, there was an orc, but they wore a scaled cloak. And one of the things I mentioned last time we didn't go into was you've seen someone wearing a similar scaled cloak recently.
Ooh.
Was it the right there? Was it the big warforged at the train station?
No. Make a history check.
Ooh, everyone or just
me? If I can find my history button, that'd be lovely. There you go. 13.
Yeah, the druid.
The druid?
The druid who was on the train.
The one asking me questions.
No, that was the goblin reporter. No, the druid was one of the passengers.
Okay.
As you said, she was on a journey.
The half orc.
Yeah.
Would she be in the town?
You'd have to start asking around and do some investigating.
Okay.
So that's at least 3 options. so far.
So,
Oh.
so one was the purple dagger, one is the axe.
Yeah.
Then we got the sword.
Sword. There's the
Yeah. So the there. So the orc was a sickle. The statue was
sickle.
meant to
That
have
was it.
refers a sickle, and then there's there was a hobgoblin called a dirge singer. So at a guess, again local knowledge, you know that's a form of one of their bardic traditions, and that was the short sword.
So the short.
So short sword you don't know, but
we know where the sword is.
but you know where the long sword is.
Right.
But Tashka's holding on to that because, well, reasons at the moment.
Right. So the kobold was dagger.
But our choices are to either seek out the rest of the weapons, to go off to the Kama's doll, or what was the third you suggested?
You've got the yeah. So there's finding finding what happened to the short sword of the bard, the
Yep.
hobgoblin bard. It's if you can track down the druid who has a similar cloak to the statue that you saw, i.e., druids, so it may well have some idea then as a clue on retrieving that.
Could you try and draw what he remembers of the cloak?
Yeah, sure. Do a in the moment performance of
Performance?
yeah.
Oh dear, sweet people. Okay.
Yet again, pretty good. Yeah, 17.
Fucking hell, is she going to be the accidental artist of this group?
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of, you know, I think you're relative going. See, told you you can draw. Not to stick there.
Did someone say about Dirkala?
No, dirge singers.
Dirge singer.
Yeah, no, I've got a note here that says Dirkala.
That was. Let me
Is that a
grab
place?
my.
Oh, I've got Delkir. Well, Delkir are devils or demons, infernal offspring that were banished by the gatekeeper druids.
Jeek's going to look over Akin Ferris and go, do you think it'd be worth us going back to that shop and asking about this cloak? See if they can identify. Where
is it Kazakh Dral you were talking about?
No, I've got Kazakh Drow.
Yeah, because that's the nation. That's the city run by
Yeah.
Kazakh Dral is the Medusan city.
Okay, so I've got
far to the west.
I've got Gladius Kalar.
Oh yeah, the Durkala. That's the dirge singer.
Ah.
Translated. So it's that's the hobgoblin.
Ah,
Which shop
right.
you mean in Jake? You mean in tailors?
Pardon?
Which shop you mean in Jake the tailors?
Yeah, because obviously they work with fabrics, and they
Worth a shot.
recognize where it could come from.
It's worth a shot.
And we also need to pick up your. Fuck, what's it?
No,
he's got his coat. He's got his coat.
Oh,
He's looking very fine and very dapper.
I've also got Sickle Orc of the Worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sickle to the Orcs of the Worm, whose magic draws the seal.
There we go. That's what. Yeah.
So yeah. So do you want to do that, Akin? To sort of like go in and see if
It's definitely worth a shot.
we could go tonight. It would be a bit more friendly.
It's either that or asking the sheriff, because assuming he'd have a potential passenger list of people who are on the train.
We could try the tailors if they don't know anything.
Good place as any to start.
We could go to the sheriff after.
Yeah, that works.
I mean,
Okay.
we could do those things in town like tonight or early tomorrow, but
Mhm.
then tomorrow it's because the other strand that we've not mentioned today yet is I think it was um I think it was Gorink. Was it Gorink? But who was looking for the missing miner, the one who left home, and there's a slight worry he might become one of these stone guys.
Seth, yes.
That- Now, I'm not saying that's what we should do. I'm saying, but these are all these strands that we've got.
Yeah.
That some of which, like the Kazakh doll kobolds who like bats, are kind of related to the attack we had in the first place.
Hmm.
Um, because the attackers were particularly interested in the knife. So we've got like these various strands, all of which connect to this weapon. It
Mm.
becomes a case of then deciding, assuming that we're going to end up traveling, um, and not just sticking to town once we've done those errands. It's kind of deciding where we want to go next. What do we want to chase down next? Because we can't do it all at once.
About the bat riding people, the bat riding kobolds.
Mhm.
If you guys don't mind, I could write a letter to my uncle to see if there's been any news, because he's a bit more worldly than the rest of us. He actually goes out. Well, he comes out into society. So I could write him a letter to see if he's heard anything of. He's heard anything of substance.
Um,
How long is that going to take to get a comeback, though?
you and your tribe live about 2-3 weeks journey away.
But if you
Ah,
got
so-
the harpy to
Yeah,
deliver,
you're not anywhere near your home.
So how long would it take for a letter to get there?
I mean, what if it's by
Depending on the
harpy
method you
post?
use. You see, depending on letters, if you send it by coach, probably a few weeks. You could see if House Civis could send a message to a message stone near him, but even then, that's still going to take a few days because you don't have a House Civis in your thing. So it'd be a case of there and then that final getting the journey to him. So it wouldn't be an immediate. But yeah, you
What
could
about
either try House Civis or sending a letter.
Yeah.
what about harpy post?
How long would harpy post take?
Again, that's still probably a good 2-3 weeks each way.
Okay, nice idea though.
Looking at a month and a half.
Yeah, we don't want to hang around here for a month and a half while potentially everyone starts turning to stone or something.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
How far away is the kobold Kazakh drow?
That's two different questions. Kazakh Dral's a couple of weeks to the west. You don't have to worry about Kazakh Dral because that sword that it mentions is the one that Tashka has brought
Right. Okay.
with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the idea was her being sent as an envoy from Kazakh Dral and knowing that the blade had a loose connection to the area, but they didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
It was, we'll bring this as a gift of goodwill.
Yeah. Okay.
We're returning this historic artifact, and then it's only been the case since you've been arrived and the chaos broke loose. They've gone, this is a bit more important than we thought. I'm going to hold on to this for a bit while we work out what's the best use for it.
Okay, so instead of Jeek like for writing a letter, Jeek's going to focus on finding the druid.
Okay.
I think that's
The
fair.
I think we should do things all together now.
yeah, this is not a go split up in different directions type
No.
conversation. Okay, the kobold tribe, they reckon about a day and a half's travel following the south road and then cutting cross country into towards the valley. That they're quite happy to give you a map toward the rough area, and then maybe 2 days in total to sort of actually track the place down.
Sorry, bombarded you with questions. Then.
No, that's okay. The druids, you can certainly start asking around, and there's some investigation checks we can do depending on how you go about it and where you're asking. So that we can do immediately.
I was literally just thinking that if if the tailor doesn't know anything, if
We talk to the sheriff.
Yeah, we like as a group we can talk to the sheriff. It's just me and Atkins got
Yeah, absolutely.
got the.
Okay, so going to town, asking him, asking the sheriff, any other places you might want to ask around. You know, the druid's name is Hirak.
How do you spell?
No, sorry, Hiradan. Sorry,
How you spell it?
HIRAAD apostrophe AN.
Hiradan.
Okay.
Why can't we just name them like Fred and George and Mary and
Because
Such a colonising approach.
because Tim likes doing complicated names, and I like doing names from pop culture.
Could we inquire if there's a druid circle nearby that might know them?
So you can so general asking around that. Okay. So let's start. I mean, in terms of that, you can just be asking around in the bar
yeah.
for that sort of thing. So you have your choice of doing an intelligence investigation roll or charisma investigation roll while you're in conversation with people.
I'll try charisma one.
Oh fuck!
So basically that would be either your intelligence and charisma plus your bonus plus whatever the bonus of your investigation skill is.
Wait, so how do we roll that?
Well, I'd make it intelligence check and then manually add the.
Can I do charisma because I've got more?
Yeah. So you can do the charisma check and then add the investigation value
so
to it.
we do a charisma check.
You can do a charisma or intelligence, whichever is better for you.
21.
Charisma.
Okay, and then add your investigation rating onto it.
I got 25 and my investigation is +2.
My investigation plus 0.
Okay.
I rolled a 27.
Please.
Oh yeah. Fantastic. Well, the other nice thing is, of course, everyone here is they've known you for a week or two, week and a bit. So they're actually quite, and there's enough alcohol flowing. They're actually more than happy to spill the beans on various bits of information. So we'll start with whether there's a druid circle nearby. No, there isn't. So that's simple. However, they do remember an orc woman in a scaled cloak. She actually stayed here at the Crown while you guys were in the room. She actually sort of kicked on one of the tables and sort of went with the morning. Someone said, remember, that she'd gone out into the town to buy supplies before heading out. She said something about the salt flats. Which is locally known as Lake Rat. It's a dried out salt lake. Comes from the interesting bit here. It's called Lake Rat as a bastardization of the original goblin name. And if someone wants to do a history check,
I'll do one because it's something that it feels like Grazka would have picked up.
Yeah, Grazka can do it.
Yeah.
Where's my history? There it is. Okay, it's 13 as well.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
If you add those two together, though, that's 26.
Or actually, does anyone actually speak Goblin?
Yes, I think I do. Let me just check.
Yeah.
No,
I do. Yes.
Yeah. So after a few attempts and spending a few beers, buying rounds of drinks and things like that, you managed to work out that it's popularly known as Lake Rat, and you managed to get eventually a correct pronunciation of the goblin name it's based on. Everyone goes, "Oh, Linkerat or Linky Rat," or they all come in different phrases. And eventually they come out with this word Linkerat, which in Goblin means story lake, which may or may not be relevant.
story lake.
Yeah. But apparently she was she had some sort of appointment, and like I said, did go into several shops at Quickstone in Red Rock to acquire supplies. Apparently she left quite urgently, though. Apparently she was worried she was being watched.
Perhaps we should go and find her. Any seconds on that?
Just writing that
Carrying
down.
on then, so with the next, because as you said, you wanted to go talk to the tailor. I'm sort of condensing together several hours of talking and questions and things like that. Again, if you want to have that sort of investigation check while talking with them, with your tailor.
There you go. 17.
Nice.
I must have done something really nice today that Gary Gygax.
Yeah.
Gary Gygax.
Gary Gygax. My dice.
He recalls seeing the woman in the cloak and actually did some repairs. Said it was lovely. Lovely material, lovely to work with, and it sort of didn't need much work to sort of deal with the sort of the couple of holes from arrows and shattered glass and a few minor rips and tears, and they gave it a good clean, and off she went. Seemed lovely. Little harassed. She sort of seemed to be. You go on to someone, you think, yes, I'm on a deadline and I don't really want to talk about it, sort of thing. She had that sort of air, she was very nice. Not, she didn't quite pace while we were working, but she was obviously very, very keen to be moving on. And she picked up a few dyes and bought a few dyes and sort of pestle and mortar that we had out the back for supplies. And I think she then went into the town and went buy sort of food for her travels. Following that up, then as you're going into the markets, you kind of get this picture of she'd lost some of her luggage in the crash. She dropped into House Jarasco, bought some potions to heal up, and a couple other bits and pieces that they don't go into vast detail about. Camping supplies, bundles of firewood ready to go. She bought a wand specifically enchanted for making small fires as a backup. Lots of sort of small purchases in different places, and it's only really by sort of following through the kind of the trail in this investigation. And the only reason I'm not making you more rolls is because you rolled so well, so I'm sort of just grouping these together a bit. But she basically is going to effectively assemble sort of not just a pack of stuff for traveling and for whatever, but what to certainly I can confess to your ears as a as someone who works with ritual, that she was sort of gathering various things that could be used in some sort of magical effect, some sort of ritual, rather than casting spells, something that might need a bit more work and a bit more time.
Interesting.
They also confirm where Lake Rat is. It's about 2 days northwest, so up towards the high plains, towards the high meadows.
I think it might be worth going and checking her out.
Only for ritual stuff. With what was said about the demon glass?
Demon glass.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should. That would be my vote.
Grazka slowly sort of wanders out and is like, wait, all right, where are we going?
I think
Jake basically.
We're going for a walk.
Jake goes, northwesty. Need to go to
a ratty lake.
Yeah.
Graskindar. Lake.
You know the lake?
You have an interesting You have an interesting relationship with your memory, don't you?
I don't know.
So tell us about tell us
Goblin.
tell us about this lake then, Graska.
It's that way. And she just points in a random direction.
Go on that way then.
Grass can never been, but grass can know of lake.
Jake is
Yeah, that's
going to try and subtly pull out his compass, aim towards where Graska points, and goes,
and then pivot in the right direction for what you
Graska, that's southeast.
Oh.
That's the direction the catapult's in.
Did Graska do
And then I just point in
the-
another random direction. I go, maybe that way.
But you say you know
Jake's going to turn around and go, that's southwest, we're getting close.
Graska, you say you know the lake. What do you know about it? Have you been?
Never been. Never been.
Do you want to do a history check, Graska? See what you can recall.
I just can't believe you have a very interesting relationship with your memory, don't you? I don't know. I've just realised something. This is the most cracked up we've been because we don't have.
That's a 4.
Wow. That fits.
Yeah. It's a salt lake because you've heard someone say that. Lake of salt. There you go.
I got probably salty.
And I know it's a story. It's a story lake according to the goblins.
Could I ask a quick question out
Out of character, yeah.
Yeah. Is it like full of Mormons?
Oh.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
No.
Oh, morons then.
Oh, damn it.
Anyway, back into character.
I thought I'd make the joke before someone else beats me to it.
Fair enough. So presumably you're going to aim to be sort of heading off in the morning. Any preparations you want to do ahead of your journey in terms of kind of supplies? Being the goblin and other market that you're in, that it's open, especially in the evening, you don't have to wait until the morning to go buying any supplies and things.
Jake would like to go and buy a hat.
Absolutely not a problem.
Because his scalp is starting to burn from the sun.
Yeah, absolutely not a problem. You can buy a nice hat for 3-4 copper. Anything that's ordinary bits of kit, i.e. non-magical and is common or uncommon, you can just grab for book price, as per the PH. So you should be able to look that up in D&D Beyond.
So I've got to remove a gold, put 100 copper.
Yeah, it's about.
And
yeah,
then it was about 2-3 copper, did you say?
Depends how nice you want it to be. Describe how nice it is, and that's.
You know the hat person
Yeah.
that you were watching?
Yeah, so sort of like a cowboy hat or sort of like a.
Yeah, he wants a proper full-on, because he's like noticed that people are wearing them and he wants to sort of like try and fit in.
Yeah, okay.
So he wants a cowboy hat, but he wants to sort of like to match what he's wearing. So he would like it to be red with like a yellow band and a yellow rim.
You're going to be a tourist.
Just make sure you don't need the holes in it like I do, okay?
Absolutely, yeah, you can get that. They sort of do it sort of a bit of a mule kick at front, and sort of high. Do you want it high or do you want it low? Broad, curled, bit of a drop at the front.
A curled side with like a little like flip.
Yeah, okay, bit of a drop. Yeah,
but you like it sort of like.
Yeah, go on.
With like the V at the front, above, but you'd also like a little like ornament of a cat on the side.
Okay, let's up that costing to about 2 silver then, because that's quite a.
Oh fuck! Oh, you bastard!
Which would be 20 copper.
Grass can
You'd already done the.
Grass can just
rocks up.
Grass can just rocks up with a bandana.
Yeah.
All right, how much copper is that?
20 copper.
I hate the fact is that this doesn't actually let you just
convert.
So best way to work it out. Copper is Copper is pennies.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Come on, brain. A silver is a 20p.
A silver is 10 pence.
10 pence, sorry.
Lizard.
And a
Max
gold is a
Wattage
quid.
just
And a gold
subscribed
quid,
for
yeah.
63
and then
months.
And then platinum's a tenner. Or electro, yeah.
Also, he would like to. I would like to be able to get a monster harvesting tool set.
Okay.
How much would that be?
Give me a minute. I will.
What's a monster harvesting tool set?
So it's basically a set of tools useful for mostly of kind of knives and hooks and vials of things for if you kill something particularly exotic and you want to sort of like harvest the blood or sort of some of the
Gotcha.
some of the teeth or some of the internal kind of venom sacs and things like that. Allows you to do it effectively. Basically, there's a it allows him to use the skill with a bonus.
Graska would like to buy a wand of a dueling wand.
Okay, give me just one moment. Just looking up the cost of a.
Basically, she's seen the jewel and got excited.
Right, monster harvesting
Fine,
tools,
staying
everything you
fine,
need to extract and preserve bits and pieces. That's not what I'm looking for. Where's it gone?
Come on and do the conga.
Thank you. Not the only one hearing that.
It's the...
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, don't worry. I've been vocal stimming all day because of little bits and pieces.
To be fair, I've been in Alistair's head for most of the day as well, so yeah.
It's the fact that we were walking through, and we were walking through Port Solent, and someone went, "Hello there," and I went General Kenobi.
Call it 5 gold.
Okay, could I also exchange over my carpenter's tools to see if I can get that a bit down?
Yeah, they'll swap it out, make it 3 gold in total.
Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. In terms of wands, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it because I'm magic. I could get a wand.
Yeah.
Is it Monster Hunters pack? Because I can't see monsters harvesting tools.
Put it in your notes as a harvesting kit, and I'll sort it out properly. I'm kind of working it out at the moment. Just put it in your notes manually as monster harvesting toolkit, and I'll
put it into the other.
Yeah. So a wand that can be used as an arcane focus.
Yep.
It will set you back 10 gold.
Whoa.
And you should be able to look those up. It's you can get cheaper, but
no, I haven't spent any gold yet, so I can probably afford it.
Okay.
Is that
What do I
is
do?
that the same as a dueling wand? Is it?
Yeah, basically. There are magical equivalents though, so bear with me one moment. Obviously, I mean any wand can be used as a as a focus, but there are.
I mean, I want to get the one that would work best for her and her skill, for me and my skills.
Yeah. So yeah, a standard wand as a focus would quite happily do that. The one I'm looking for.
A girl we're fighting for. I hate the fact that is my automatic vocal stem for that. So thanks.
You're welcome.
I've removed the 10 gold from my inventory. Where do I find this wand?
It should, if you type it in, it should just come up as wand.
Yeah, adding equipment.
I just need to figure
Adequate.
where.
Adequate.
Where
Adequate.
inventory
Yeah,
Mhm.
so in your inventory it comes up as
as equipment. Yep, and manage inventory. Add no, not custom item. Add items. Just oop, wand.
Mhm. Yeah.
Just plain old ordinary
Yeah.
wand, right?
Yeah.
Add to equipment.
Mhm.
What's a wand sheath?
it's to
A wand
protect.
sheath is literally like a like a holster.
Gun holster.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? How much is one of them?
Should be. Let's have a quick.
It's a wondrous item, apparently.
It's quite weird because just because something is wondrous does not mean it's rare.
Yeah.
Just means it's.
Oh, actually, I think the wand sheath you're talking about as a magic item, I think is actually a attachment for Warforged. Let me just.
Yes,
right,
it is.
okay,
Yes,
never
it
mind.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought. Yeah, you
So
can see.
that,
Right.
that allows them to mount a wand like the advanced robots in Star Wars prequel. You know, the ones to turn the handle, fire
I-
wands like
The
a laser gun.
blaster.
I have not what.
Yeah.
Ooh, should I have gotten a Okay, no, I'm not a druid. Okay, never mind.
But but certainly in terms of getting a holster for it, yeah, absolutely spend. It depends on how nice and fancy you want it, but a sort of a serviceable one, 4 copper.
And is that something that exists? In or is
It probably doesn't sort of, but it does mean you could put it in manually as an item in your other sort of if you wanted something distinctive about it. And I can always make one up as a homebrew if I can't find one. Give me one moment.
of course, how the hell do you spend copper?
You might have to. You might have to use the whole going to the bank, changing it down, but
Yeah.
most places will have a
With your
a
change.
small amount of change.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out.
Oh, so
Also,
In
I-
inventory, you've got a currency thing top right.
I've got my money up.
So if you
So-
click on it, you go to the CP, which is furthest right.
Yep.
Pick the arrows up to the number you need, and then remove.
Right, and it will do the exchange.
It will
And
do the,
should
said
it,
should
it
do.
should do the math.
you said 4 copper.
Yeah.
No, it won't. I'll have to go in at some point and adjust because I've got to do the change. It won't let me just spend the copper and give me change. I have to.
It's an easy bit of math. Basically, deduct your gold. Give yourself
then
give yourself 9 silver.
Hang on. So let me deduct 1 gold. Remove.
Yep.
Give myself 9 silver.
Yeah, give yourself 9 silver, and then give yourself 6 copper, and then basically that's your change sorted.
Right. Gotcha. Done.
This is this is a side effect of having played D&D for decades.
Sorry, I just make my son cringe.
Oh no.
Listen, if I don't make him cringe at least once a day.
So,
Alright.
so did you say it was 20 silver? No, 10 gold, wasn't it? For a normal wand.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've taken that off. I don't. But I guess you want to buy one as well.
I love that Arcane's Mastercard.
So yeah, so the other advantage of having a focus wand is that any spell you have, rather than needing to use components, unless it's a named value thing, you can actually cast it through the spell focus instead.
Also, the best thing about having a focus wand is you can summon a Ford at any time.
Please throw something at him.
God
Something
damn
heavy,
it, boy.
preferably
Yeah,
something heavy.
lollipop stick.
Fucking
Next time I see you, Morgan, you're getting a whack with my cane.
don't promise me with a good time.
Tim's, at some
Yeah.
point offline, you can explain to me how to use a generic wand focus.
I've literally just said mechanically it means that most spells, for example, will have a set of components.
Yep.
Okay, there'll be a vocal component, there'll be a somatic, which is the motions, and then there'll be a material component, which is in D&D usually a really bad pun.
The
but
feather, the tart.
yeah. Now, for most spells, these I generally hand wave them because they don't really have any particular cost associated. I just assume if you've got a pouch for your various
Which is
components,
what?
you've got them to hand. However, if you're using a wand focus, unless it's, for example, some spells that might say a diamond worth 100 gold, for example, identify, that you would still need to have, but you could get rid of all the other components by using the wand as a focus instead. So you wouldn't need to have a pouch of, you know, they'll joke about what's the difference between a wizard's pockets and that of an 8-year-old boy. Slightly less dynamite in the wizards, in the wizard's pockets. So it means that you're rather than having a pouch full of really quite odd, bizarre, semi-preserved bits of animal or whatever, you have a wand. That's basically it.
Well, I've got one now, so
Awesome. Yeah, and now you've got your eye in on it. The more you look around, the more you see. Yeah, most people have got a wand by their side. It's like think of the Wild West and however most people have got a 6-shooter. It's that similar sort of ubiquitous. Because certainly out here, most people have some form of magical talent, which means that they can cast at the very least cantrips, and mage rights professionals, you know, like the kobold workers, even if they don't cast a specific adventurer level cantrip, have some form of magic that can be used to fuel a wand. Basically, if you've got magical initiate as a feat, or you're a spellcasting class, you can use a wand.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. So obviously you've got time to have a look at any of your kit and equipment,
I've got.
in terms of what you might have for travel. You know, presumably if you're heading northwest, the kind of territory out there is the Thunder Road heads out west, so that could sort of get you sort of a little closer, a little faster. The advice they take is if you're going the Thunder Road route rather than going directly northwest, that takes you through the Ridgewalk pastures, which are owned by double checking the Goose Feather Ranch. So just watch out for the herds. Don't get in the way of the ranch hands. Don't interfere with the herds. And out into the high grasslands, and Lake Rat is out sort of deep in the high grasslands.
And now I've got the thing from the Lost World Jurassic Park. Don't go into the long grass.
But that's where you get Pikachu's from.
And
something.
other various nasties.
Okay. So yes, basically it should be land-based and largely plains, small rises and falls of land. This sort of terrain. How are you for tents and things like that, or don't bother and see what happens?
I've got a 2-person tent, so
It's a good call because
It's a good call. I don't know that I
it
don't have it.
So 2024 D&D doesn't add them automatically like the like 2014 did. It's
Mhm.
not part of your basic makeup anymore.
I'd better buy a tent then.
Yeah.
How much is a 10?
Okay, so if in your D&D Beyond,
Mm.
at the top you see under rules,
Yes.
play D&D rules library right at the very top in the same but where the D&D Beyond banner
Mhm.
is, yeah?
Got it.
If you click on that, under browse, you see equipment.
It's 2 gold.
Yeah, you click on that and there's a searchable equipment list which gives the costs.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim. I didn't know
Is
that
that
was.
okay
I
if I
didn't
get
know
a
that
tent
was there.
Could I get a 10?
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
spell.
tends to
I'm
be
going to get
51.
a tent as well.
Yeah,
The question is,
So, yeah.
Morgan, do you have enough gold?
I do, thank you.
yeah.
I'll
Hang on.
buy
Think about also if you're buying a tent, have to think about what color it is, because it might be the sort of thing that when I'm doing maps, I
Yeah.
can actually then sort of do something
black.
represent your tent actually on the map as opposed to just using something generic.
Graska has a bright purple tent.
Make a note of it.
Oh, fuck's sake, Leo.
I'll have a black 2-person tent.
Mhm,
I'll have a sort of khaki green.
mhm,
I love red.
mhm. Suppose if I get if I bring up, where's it gone? The character sheets for Goink One Eye. I could be really kind and I could do that for them, couldn't I?
That sounds like work.
You could.
I could be kind, or I could just say to them, "Could you not?" and could you go sort it?
Could we soundproof Goring's tents in Goring's tent?
Yep. I am not. I got a 1-person tent. I am not sharing with Gorink. She's lovely, but
There we go. Campaigns.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing, but thank you, Tim.
That's all right.
That actually makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, it's why I'm not surrounded by rule books now. They're up on the shelf. It's that sort of that's there. Similarly, you can use it to look up details of backgrounds, of feats, of spells, items, monsters. It's a really good way of quickly browsing stuff.
You see, Creepy Keith likes using it to look up feats. Bless you.
Again, we need heavy
Yeah.
objects to hand.
Murder with intent, yes.
Ah,
God damn it! Right, let's have a look. Inventory.
I have intent
Nope.
to camp. No. Okay.
They've got a bedroll. They've got.
so Jeek is sharing tents with Goring. Fine.
Right,
Thank you, Jeek, for volunteering.
manage inventory. I
Do you think,
shall add a tent to each of them.
considering that Jeek's face doesn't settle when Jeek instantly gets up, I do not think I want Goring screaming.
Again, thank you for volunteering. Or my favourite word, you've been voluntold.
Voluntold.
Could you hold that out so I can see the whole of it, Leah?
Have you not heard that term before, Leah?
I
No.
Yeah, that's a regular care home thing. Is that
Oh.
if something needs doing and no one sort of volunteers, so someone gets voluntold.
No, I've never heard that one.
you get that in offices as well.
Yep.
I volunteered.
So that's why I've never heard of it, because it's 2 places I've never worked.
I volunteered someone to go and
There you go.
to go and deal with one of the loudest residents, and I went, "Who's going to go deal with her?" And then I sort of took one look at this guy. He was just sat there innocently eating his soup, and I went, "You can go."
See, there you go. You have
Right.
voluntold someone.
I volunteer people all the time.
Yeah.
Bless him, he did look as if he was just about to go and sort of like try and steal Kerberos, but there you go. He went, do I have to go in there? Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like if the woman in the really hot flat, basically she couldn't feel the heat, so she had her heat all the way up. It was like a sauna in there. If she needed someone, we'd do rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Apparently, about 50% of people will choose rock for their first throw.
Take that, depression!
Max
quite
Wattage gifted a tier 1
And
subscription to the Ralux
there's
satellite.
humanity's inner caveman for you.
Well, lesbians, scissors. Happy Pride Month, everyone!
I'm not even raising to that.
No.
Tree.
Sorry, it's either I'm very, very, very crackhead or I cry.
Yeah, just right. That's bought tents for Goink and One Eye. That's them sorted. Okay.
Is there any way that I can get a little cat bed for Mr. Grumbles?
You can use your hat.
Let's say for the cost of a bedroll.
I'll
Just
just
use
get
your
a
hat.
roll just so I can.
Yeah,
have it.
but you can reskin that for free as cat bed. There you go. Just change its name in the inventory.
So it's 1 gold. I don't know why I said that with such a posh noise.
Uno Goldo.
1 gold.
For gold, it's a very nice cat bed. It's very sturdy and resilient. Almost certainly, you know that your cat will not use it.
We'll look at it. Did it come with a box?
Yeah. Yeah.
Case in
There you
point.
go. Rename it to Mr. Grumbles' bed.
Plus. Bless. Okay, no worries. Yeah, anything else that springs to mind, or we shall quietly.
Nothing else springs to mind from
No.
my.
In terms of investigations, things like that you want to do, and any more kind of questions, any more sort of research, people to go and talk and harass.
I'd like to have a chance just to talk with the. I mean, this doesn't have to be as part of the gameplay, but to the Medusan barkeep. Given that
To the owner, Alamash.
Alamash,
okay.
yeah. It's again.
Yeah,
similar-
at some point she'll come out of the office and be at the bar, so that's easy enough to do. She sort of just put her onto the floor so we know where she is. Put her on the bar. Yeah, I mean, sort of, you're more than happy to sort of.
Where is she?
Behind the bar.
Where's the bar?
Just one picking.
How much have you had to drink to not know where the bar is?
None. Oh, there she is. I found her.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of looks at you, sort of cleaning glasses and this that and the other, and
Yep, and I've ordered.
gives you a nod. Finishes so the next person. Oh, can I get you?
I'll have a glass of, I don't know what's there, mead, whatever.
Okay. That'd be a silver.
Sorry, say again.
That'd be a silver.
For crying out loud.
Yeah.
You keep charging me for things.
Oh yes.
Welcome to capitalism.
It's a bar. My bar.
Hey, listen, at least I'm only charging you a silver and it's not a high bar.
To be fair, I'm assuming for silver you're getting pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not getting top shelf stuff.
No.
Yeah. Just like
Yep.
I grew up in the Silver Flame and have met, I sort of after the pleasantries, and it's like until I came here, I had never seen another Medusas, and it's like buses now. 2 of them turn up at once.
I've been here for a number of years, so don't get that shocked by looking in a mirror.
Uh,
But
It's
lovely,
just
lovely. Where? Yeah, okay. So whereabouts was that? Somewhere east, I'd imagine.
yes,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
So what brings you out to these old dusty places then?
Well, I didn't quite. Whilst the folks at the Silver Flame at the retreat were very nice and brought me up and were very kind. I had never. I was considered a tamed monstrosity, a tamed aberration,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't meet any other of as it were my own kind, and so I left the Silver Flame despite their kindness, and um to see what else is out there, to meet people who don't look at me in fear unless I
Well, good
want
luck
them.
with that. She sort of finishes cleaning one glass, puts that down, picks up another one, starts on that. We're very much that professional barman sort of. I'm listening.
Yep.
I'm not.
I was just, I've spoken with Tashka as well because, like I said, I'd literally never met anyone else like me. Um,
What does she have to
and
say for herself?
um, she was very kind, very hospitable. Has offered to help teach me to better control the gray gaze.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized you can't just depend on one person, and you only ever get one um, outlook, opinion. I don't know anything about her except for what I've learned in the last week.
A posh old school mom is, I think, probably what I think of when I look at her.
That's probably fair, but again, she was very kind, made
That's
tea.
good. Well, of course, she's trying to make friends, isn't she? She's a diplomat, so
Yes.
she's trying to make friends everywhere. Me, I'm friends with money. Now, if we want to sort of discuss coin and what we can do for each other and that in goods and services, and absolutely we can have a conversation, even if those goods and services just keep the bead flowing.
It's which is always a good thing. Sadly, I need to be a little careful today. And
Oh,
besides,
where's that?
well, I'm here with friends, and I don't want to give the wrong impression.
I don't think that's possible considering what we've been hearing from Jake.
She forbears to comment. But yeah, there's a little raised eyebrow. Okay.
And also, I would, apart from anything else, I too am a musician.
Yeah, I've seen you on stage a couple of times. Like, yeah, your playing's good. Not
And I
going to say
sing as
not
well.
New York, but yeah. I said we'll have to offer you a formal slot at some point rather than busking it.
I would like that. The Gorink is an excellent player. Just maybe not so much the singing. That's more my thing.
I've heard some of the practice sessions. I think that's sort of, I think having a formalized structure to your performances probably a good idea. But I hear you guys are heading out in the morning, so
Yep. So I can't play.
let's talk about booking you an evening when you guys get back.
Sounds like a plan. I'd like that.
Okay, you can do that.
And if you've got any, hints or tips about who I am, who you are, who we are.
Well, I mean, I don't need any tips about who I am. I've kind of been doing this my whole life. I suspect I don't really have many tips about who you are because you've been you your whole life. But if you want some training in something, or you're looking for a couple of quick jobs that might give you some experience of stuff, I could pass some opportunities away, let you know a few things going on. Like I hear that your tall, mysterious, slightly changeable friend over there is got a shopping list of creatures he wants to hunt. Might be able to put you on the marker to some of the simpler ones nearby. cockatrices. I know there's a place that a few people have gone missing in over the years. I hear might have a nest. Could be what he's looking for.
With the potential of a set involving Gorink, Back and Ferris will have made a point to buy either some wax or cotton wadding.
Or go to the Golden Grill. Go to the Golden Dragon for
Yeah.
for the evening. Yeah. Or indeed any one of a number of hole in the wall bars that are
Well,
around
now
the
I've got a tent. Go and sleep outside.
Yeah, I mean that was, I didn't have any real agenda apart from introducing myself.
Okay.
And but I do say is absolutely, I'd love to play for your customers in a more formal way. And perhaps when we get back, we can talk about how we could possibly benefit each other.
Oh, okay. Well, if you are heading out in the wilds and you stumble on any old ruins, or you find sort of oddities that you're not quite sure what someone might want to, where you might want to sell them, or you think there might be a nice little trinket or something, I'm more than happy to give a first pass at making an offer on things.
I shall
all
bear
sorts
that
of all sorts of things come out of the wilds. And yeah, it depends on what condition they're in, but I've been known to take coats to be repaired up and still give a good cost, that sort of thing. So
I mean, I will certainly give you any first pass at anything I might wish to sell.
wonderful. Okay, stuff. And similarly, if you're ever looking for something a little bit off the shelf, little sort of not on the shelf, a little bit sort of little bit unusual, a little bit you can't find readily, or perhaps you don't want people to know that you've had, just drop us a word. I can usually sort most things one way or another. Maybe a favour for a favour sort of thing.
Righto. Again, I don't have anything in mind at the moment. My brain's gone blank. It's been a long day.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'll have another mead lined up for you when you're ready for it, shall I?
Yes, please. That would be great.
Okay, it's the silver, and I'll stick it on the side.
I give her a silver. Just
Puts it in the coin box. Has a glass nearby, and she said, "I'll keep an eye out as you see you finishing. I'll pour your next one so it's ready for you."
thank you very much.
Nothing. Okay. Evening wears on. There's the usual sort of ebb and flow of people coming and going. Sometimes it's locals you kind of starting to recognise some of the locals who actually live in the town. Some of the more ragged and road dust covered people come and go at various things. Sometimes they come and have a chat with Alamash. Sometimes you sort of see money changing hands after a conversation. Sometimes parcels being dropped off or picked up. Towards sort of midnight, probably as you're starting to wind down yourselves, a bunch of 4 or 5 gnolls come in, sort of stooping to get in under the doorway, and they sort of pick up in one of the booths that are now empty. They're sort of barking, voices are loud, but again with the general sort of rumble of conversation and stuff, they're sort of no more so than anything else. It's just that really loud, sort of slightly giggly laughter of gnolls.
Yeah, your hyenas.
Their kit is again rugged, travel stained, but has a sort of a uniformity to it. Like they operate out of the same unit or something. A bit more sort of organised than some of the wretched bandits that you've counted elsewhere. You think they might actually be professional mercenaries. But yeah, you see all of life coming and going here. It's always going, but certainly sort of later in the night, you get people coming back out of the wilderness and coming and finding this little warm spot of sunlight of candlelight and oil lamps, and where they know the food's still going to be going, and the beer, and well, maybe not the beer, because the beer is truly apocalyptically awful, but certainly the mead and the whiskey are palatable. And yeah, at least you know that there will be somewhere to recover to when you have been on your journeys. Unless there's anything people want to do in the evening, or evening passes otherwise without incident.
Graska's already slumped on slumped on the table, and she's very, very drunk.
Yeah. On or under.
I'd probably have gone outside to stand on the porch, just look at the stars.
Yeah. Have a chat with Owl, who sort of seems to never sleep. He's always there, always watchful.
Go through with his what's the most entertaining way you've ever thrown someone out?
Always watching.
Jake's gonna go outside and just sort of like do some conditioning, sort of like basically sparring with himself, sort of making sure, not conditioning his hair.
That's kind of what I was why I gave you a bit of a strange look. In case of go outside and do some conditioning. Okay.
Yeah, so he's got to sort of like,
Does that count as polishing?
Doing your exercises. Okay, fair enough. I think Gorg's sort of answer to the most interesting way he's thrown someone out. He says, usually when I pick them up by the balls, they stop fighting.
Does Jake hear that?
Yeah.
Jake just does like giggling to himself, and he goes, "That's inventive."
Yes, it's that slightly worrying look of, yes, I know you get large and explosive sort of when you get angry, but Orug's arm is about as thick as both your thighs together. It's really quite.
Oh, we're still talking about his arm, right? Okay.
Yeah. I love how thoughtful Morgan is looking here.
I'm not concerned that Jake's getting ideas.
Yeah. Probably wise not to ask.
Jake's always getting ideas, so some of them he can't really act on.
Morning arrives. Obviously, you have your general sort of catch up and start to wake yourselves up. It's the usual thing. A breakfast is there because it's part of your bed and board that's provided for, which can be anything from grits, gruel through to cooked breakfast, whatever is your favoured. As Grazka's mentioned, having drunk rather a lot last night, could you make a constitution check for me, please?
Certainly can. I knew that was coming.
Am I doing one as well?
If you drank a lot, then absolutely, please do.
Oh, sure.
Okay, Grazka, you have got an absolutely disgusting hangover.
Is it save or constitution?
Save. On save.
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks.
Okay, so Jeek, you're maybe a little delicate, maybe a little light sensitive. Grazka, you are very light sensitive. Really not feeling very hungry, and at least for the first couple of hours of the day, I'd say any skill checks will be at disadvantage, effectively in exhaustion. But that by the end of the morning, that'll have worn off.
I'd sit with Grazka for the morning just to sort of buffer.
She's got like these smoky quartz glasses that she wears every now and again that are
Actually,
literally for kobolds, that because she is light sensitive anyway. So at this point, she's like,
yeah, double so. Actually, Grazka, think about it, Grazka. Better mechanical is you've got poisoned condition until lunchtime.
Okay, yeah, that's that's mean.
To help, I'd take off my hat and pop my hat on Grazka's head. So that'll help with the light.
As you do that, Grazka just goes, "Ow." Oh, there we go. Oh, did you put poisoned on Tim?
I didn't know.
Oh, because for some reason it already says poisoned.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't put it on.
I know what it was from. It was from the Stone Gaze.
Yes, that would be it. Yeah.
I just say, if you need help recovering from your hangover, maybe turning you to stone would do it.
You can't see Grazka's eyes, but she's glaring.
I can get a little twitchy.
She's just
It's all good banter.
she's just like you've never heard her sound feral, but wow.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't believe any of you have bought horses or donkeys, anything like that, so you're going to be traveling on foot.
The thing is, we'd have to, if one of us did, we'd all have to.
mm,
And I can't imagine horses are cheap.
Horses or dinosaurs. Yeah. Yeah,
Like
probably
what?
where you are at the moment is probably a bit of an expense.
Yep.
Someone said buying dinosaurs. My interest was piqued.
Oh, in Eberron, the dinosaur extinction event never happened. So dinosaurs are current. They are, effectively we skin across onto horses. They are, yeah. In fact, the halflings of the Talenta Plains are known for not just herding but riding, going into battle on dinosaurs.
Clawfoots.
Good to know.
Clawfeet, in particular, are known. Yeah, there's a whole.
Discussions will have to be had.
Yeah.
But I suspect we don't have the budget. That none of us have the budget.
No, because a riding horse or similar is about 50 gold.
Yeah, we don't have the money.
Do a couple more jobs, and I might be able to.
Yeah.
We still got some money from the party as well, don't we? It's not showing up in my equipment.
Oh, mine's definitely showed up. I'm already spending it.
I meant the how much money did we have between us?
I think we split it out at the time.
Yeah.
Rather than going into the party.
Okay, I know. It's just checking.
Party kit. You do have a party equipment thing that can sort of reference that sort of stuff that you're holding in that kind of loose. Oh, we've got this stuff, but who's holding it depends on whatever else. But which for stuff like money can be quite useful for a shared purse. Yeah, I've got that. The morning, yes, is bright. There's being spring. There's sort of that bright sunshine, but
glary.
The clouds suggest that there may be rain later.
So like the UK at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much. Already sort of already warming. It's the thing. The thing is, the waters come and go. The rain comes and go. It just very rarely stays. That it's like the land. Graska, you'll know this from having lived in the area, but something you've all observed is that standing water very rarely remains. It's like it's as if the land is incredibly thirsty and just sort of water. If you find standing water, it's either incredibly muddy and silty or it's running water. Reliable sources of water are prized and fought and killed over on a regular basis out here. Just to bear that in mind. Which is why things like create food and water, purify food and drink are so so popular and everything else.
As we're walking, Graska's got her staff out and she's just sort of using it to walk along with. It's not a big staff. It's literally like, well, Graska's not a big creature, so
yeah.
So it's what Graska like 3.5 foot tall, so it's probably 4 foot tall at the most.
Yeah.
It's just this old gnarled bit of wood that she woke up with. So
yeah, bring it along, sort of that thunk 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 in the hard earth as you're going. What your outfit's like as you're wearing sort of is your chance to sort of set that scene as you head out into the wilds. In terms of what your outfits look like.
I've still got my regular traveling gear, but the new coat is on. The old one is rolled up on the pack. Graska's still got my hat, so how's she seeing where she's going? I don't know.
She knows that the ground is dry.
It's the image. with this black
I
hat
around
bobbing
here
on
and
top.
come to you.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just sort of. This is just an off the cuff sort of rather than pinning you to a given description. So it's
Jeeks, just I don't know. Sorry, I'm
okay. That's
brain
fine.
fading. Sorry.
So I'll just giving you an opportunity to have a bit of a flair as you
So
walk off.
Grazka is she's wearing like loose trousers, like some leather chaps over the top, a sort of bustled corset at the top. Like she's trying to look like a mix between a saloon girl and a cowboy.
Okay, fair enough. There's an image.
I think Ariana is in her pretty, she's taken the opportunity to wash it, but she's in her normal traveling gear because it's comfortable. It's got loads of pockets. She's got her leathers as well over the top.
Yeah.
It's layered, it's just when she left the Silver Flame, she chose those kind of outfits on purpose because and they're relatively easy to wash, but they can be like if you take the leathers off, look a
Yeah.
bit more formal if she's performing, for example.
Okay.
I will say you can tell that Grazka's hungover with how she's dressed.
Throw it all together. Goink, I suspect is probably the similar sort of thing. It's that sort of that very practical stuff they've consistently worn. Maybe there's a new pair of boots or something. But yeah, there's just I think they're sort of more traveling in their own head as much as anything else like that. Possibly sort of playing a tune on the fiddle or something sort of every now and then, sort of to sort of keep your spirits up and sort of stop for traveling. But their dress style is fairly austere, very much from that kind of that church background. One Eye appears to sort of be pretty much the same as ever has done. It's sort of the leather armor, the sort of travel stained stuff, the hats pulled down low to protect the eyes from the glare of the sun.
How's that any different to normal?
Well, exactly. This is what I mean. It just same as he ever was, as far as we've known for the week or so that you've met him. It's entirely possible he hasn't actually even taken off the clothes at any point. It's just literally just the same kit he was wearing when he was first on the train. It's kind of easier not to ask, really, in some respects. And so we'll leave the session there as you walk off, the rising sun at your backs, stepping onto the Thunder Road, which will magically speed you a little faster than you would otherwise travel.
It's got this image of.
It's a strange effect. You don't really notice it at the time. It's very much that thing of you sort of as you stop to take track and oh, you've been walking for an hour, but you've walked the equivalent of you've been walking for 2 hours. It basically does.
We're on a magical airport travelator.
Absolutely, yeah. That it's effectively what the Thunder Road is. You have other people hitting the road about this sort of time as well. So you've got sort of merchants with their caravans heading out. Yeah, very much the Heathrow walkway, as Kate was just saying.
Oh.
And the
Max just said the same thing.
and other people sort of heading out. You sort of see ranch hands heading out towards the lands. Yeah, so you're not alone on the road, and you're sort of near enough civilization at this point to be sort of heading out. And I suppose the one other thing to sort of bear in mind was you can also see construction work and lines at least having been laid out, that they haven't quite got this far, for where the lightning rail will in future be constructed, which is at this point, as you're leaving Red Rock, is pretty much parallel with it. So it's that so probably as you're passing by, you're sort of starting to see work gangs clearing the ground or sort of setting foundations for the plinths for the crystals and things like that. It's very much that sense you are now leaving civilization behind a little bit more and heading out into. You're heading west. You're heading more into the depths of this contested frontier between Droam and Breland, and we shall see what adventure awaits you while you're out there. So that's where we'll stop, because it's just coming up on 10:30. As ever, thank you, lovely. Wasn't necessarily intended to be a shopping episode, but actually it's been quite useful for doing that and rumor control and catching up with everything. And if nothing else, it means that next week, assuming everyone else is well and present, that I haven't got to do a sudden sort of I'm running up behind you going, wait for me, I'm on an adventure. You don't have any characters suddenly materialising out of anywhere, so you are all travelling together. I thank you all for your time.
Thank
Always
you,
gorgeous to see you all. Always lovely to spend time with you. And similarly, anyone who's in the chat who's in as a regular, always nice to see you. Don't always catch the Twitch in real time, usually because I've got umpteen other windows open, but I have got them open at the moment. So lovely to sort of see you all. Leah, back to you in cold, wet, rainy
Oh, it's awful down here today.
place where you live.
It is actually cold down here today. So that's
Okay.
It's been down in the low teens today. It's like 2 weeks ago we were melting.
Yeah, last week it was in the 30s, and then today it's like I think at con today it was like 12 degrees out of the wind.
Yeah.
And then in the wind it was so much cold. It was really cold.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Horrible. But then
you got wind tunnels at Port Solent at the best of times.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's it was. Yeah, that was awful today. And Pride got called off as well, so that was because of the winds that were coming in, and it was just one of those days. It's just like, where did that cold come from? But hey, there we go. I think Morgan's asleep.
British summer. This is the British summer weather we're used to.
yeah, absolutely.
On that note, we will. I might even be back tomorrow night. I don't know yet. We'll see. This week we've got streaming coming up. We've got some new content coming out for Destiny, so we might do some of that at some point. It's not like we've got to rush through it, considering it's going to be the only thing we could do for a long time.
Ever, yes.
Don't get me started, because I'm just like...
No.
Anyway.
No.
Thank you, everybody. It's been a lovely night and a really nice finish to the day. I will say, if you haven't seen Master of the Universe and you want a just watch it for what it is, go and watch Master of the Universe. It's brilliant. It's stupid. The amount of callbacks to the original series, you don't need
a good nostalgia fest, yeah.
So much so, and then you've got free scenes at the end of the credits.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very excited. Put it that way.
Okay. Awesome.
So
I'm seeing Disclosure on Wednesday.
I want to watch that as well.
Okay.
I want to watch Disclosure. It looks really. It's a Stephen King film, so.
No, it's not. It's
Spielberg.
Is it Spielberg? Oh, I thought it was for some reason I thought it was a Stephen King film.
No.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah, obviously. But no, I still want to go. I seen the trailer for it the other day, and I really want to go and see it. So.
There's a,
Can you imagine Spielberg doing The Long Walk?
yeah. I think there's like 20 of us from the local pub going.
Awesome.
That was Morgan.
That's Morgan.
Yeah. So we'll drop the stream from there because we are starting to ramble. So thank you, everybody. Go and support Master of the Universe. It needs it. So take your meds, stay hydrated. As always, from all of us here at the channel, get some sleep. Good night.
Not all.
Everyone.